Okay, Charles LeBlanc here. I said last Friday that I was going to come out with a story about a local drug dealer that's within the Fredericton police force. I know it's hard to believe, but I got a lot of support out there. And a lot of people approached me and said, I told them the story, and they said, Charles. But anyway, I'm going to say the story of this, what I think. Here I was here, just on a Friday night, and I was approached by two police officers. This was about 2 years ago, 2-3 years ago. These guys were off-duty cops. They were having a couple of drinks. You know, I know it's hard to believe, but these cops are human, so they were just having a good old time. So when the cops come, we're talking, and next thing you know, while we were talking, this guy arrived in his early 20s. He says, hey man, you want to buy some marijuana? To the cop. So the cop was talking to me. The cop looked at him and said, no. Kept on talking to me. He said, come on man, I got some cheap marijuana. The cop looks at him, said once again, said, no, go away. So he kept on talking to me. The guy continued on. He said, come on man, I got some very cheap marijuana. The cop turned around, took out this badge. He says, I'm a member of the Fredericton police force. Get the hell out of here. The guy looks at the badge. He says, what's that man? A fake badge? So I turned around. I told the young guy, listen kid, get the fuck out of here. These are two members of the Fredericton police force. The guy said, oh, I'm sorry, man. Then he left. The cop looks at me. He says, shit, I hate drugs. So I never blogged this story. I never said anything because it was sort of, you know, the cops were off-duty cops. Now, ever since the raid on January 19 on my place, when 8 to 10 cops raided my place, I haven't been the same Charles LeBlanc. I mean, if I see a cop walking by, I'm not the same guy. But I got some questions. If he's off duty, and I'll ask the public that. I have here, make sure we don't show nothing. I have his picture right here. But I'm not going to show it. We're just going to leave it at that. But I do have some questions. There was 5 police officers. Come on here. Come here. Right across the street, there was 5 police officers. It was during the night at the tannery. 5 officers were just waiting there. Shouldn't the cop, maybe he should have grabbed the drug dealer and said, you're under arrest, and give him to the other cops. But he didn't. Why did it took 3 times for the cop to say, you know, to do something about this? Or maybe the cop, the guy, sold him drugs before. And he thought he was a regular customer. Who knows, with this jelly bean, Operation Jelly Bean steroid, I mean, there's so many things going on with the Fredericton police force. But I thank my supporters. I said today I was going to come up with his name and everything. At least we know it's a he, because there's so many she's in that police force. I'm not going to mention no names, but I asked the question. If a cop is off duty and he's approached by a drug dealer to buy marijuana, should the cop just turn his head the other way and don't say anything?